I want to say a special thanks to Ruth Brown and the Hillsdale Republican women for giving all of the candidates in the race an opportunity to speak to the community of Hillsdale. As you know, on the last occasion when we met together, I didn't have that opportunity, so most of you have not met me. Let me just briefly describe who I am and where I came from, because you haven't met Marvin Carlson before. Susan and I grew up in high school together, just outside of Detroit, here in southern Michigan. I'm a native son of southern Michigan and Southern District. Susan and I went off to MSU. We spent 5 good years there, working our way through school. Susan worked as a waitress. I worked as in the old assembly plant in Oldsmobile. I worked as an inhalation therapist at the old St. Lawrence Hospital. It took us 5 years to get through because we were determined to do it ourselves. We didn't need parental support then. We don't need it now. From Michigan State, I went on to matriculate at the University of Michigan. I was a PhD candidate in political science. I used to teach American political thought. I used to teach the Constitution, and I used to use the Constitution as the founding, as the building block upon which to teach the kids in American political thought the introductory level course about their country. Unfortunately, in graduate school, I was sat in seminars with kids who, using the vernacular, were born with silver spoons in their mouths. And they were espousing a Marxist-Leninist collectivist perspective that I could not, a working person, a person who believed in the Constitution, who understood what it took to build this country, sacrifices that all of us have made, especially our ancestors, of course, and building this great country, and to see it denigrated and put down in those seminars. And you know what? Those people that I associated with and lived with for 4 years at the University of Michigan now are teaching our kids. And what are they teaching them? They're teaching that this country is not exceptional, that we're just part of a world order. And who is now the spokesman for that perspective? We have a new president, a hope and change president, who goes around this world apologizing for the exceptionalism of the American people. That is wrong. We're going to change that in 2010. We're going to bring back our country. The first thing we have to do, and I agree with Brian, that we've got to elect in the primary a person who can take the message and take the argument to Mark Schauer. Because right along the whole Obama agenda, he's been on board with. From the stimulus package to the FYI budget 10 to cap and trade to Obamacare. He's been right there. Now, of course, it just came out in the paper today here in Hillsdale that now he's moving over, of course, to the center, saying, well, you know what? I didn't vote. I voted negatively. I voted against increasing the national debt. But of course, what he did before is voted for all the bills that made it necessary to increase the national debt. Last summer, I had an opportunity directly to debate Mark Schauer on the cap and trade bill that he, just a week earlier, had voted for. In the course of that conversation, I discovered that he knew less about the bill and its implications for not only each household and an extraordinary debt or a tax that's going to place on each household, and the extraordinary burden that will occur on the farming community, the backbone really of this 7th Congressional District. He did not understand that bill. He knew less about it. He hadn't read it. So, and then at the end of that conversation, he said, Marvin, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I said, why don't you, Mark? Because I don't, and he walked away. So that's what he's done. Last summer, he pretended that he was listening to you with respect to the Obamacare. But of course, what he did is simply close the door, close his ears to everything that he didn't want to hear. So now that he comes back and says, oh, you know what? This is what I think is necessary for you. You didn't understand what we're trying to accomplish for you. I have a social work background. I know what it takes. I know that you need this. I know that you need that, and this is what we're going to do. No, that's not what we're going to do. We need to elect someone here in the 7th Congressional District that will listen to the people, understand the problems, has a background and experience that will take this country back.
Time.
Thank you.
Thank you.